Well, hello, thank you for joining me today again on the Church History Trail. You're very welcome to the programme. Where we are is we're in Lurgan town, and we're actually at the parish church here. This is Shankill Parish Church, and I'm going to give you a wee bit of history here of the church. Now, William Brownlow inherited his late father's estates. His father, of course, was Arthur, and William was born in 1683 and he died in 1739. And he was MP for County Armagh, and he married Lady Elizabeth Hamilton, who was the daughter of James Hamilton, the 6th Earl of Abercorn, in 1712. And of course, there's the Hamilton Mausoleum in the old Shankill graveyard where the old church used to be. Now, it was during William's time that the Church of Ireland left the old Shankill church and actually built a new parish church here on what is known as the Fair Green of Lurgan. So it was this patch where the church was built that was actually called the Fair Green, or Lurgan Green as it was also known. And it was commenced in 1722, and it was open for worship in 1724, and it was patterned in the Georgian style. Now, unfortunately, this has locked these gates, because they're working at this church. So we can't get in, but you don't really need it anyway. You can sort of see all you need to see from here. Now, the church tower was built in 1737, and a spire was added in 1756, but the spire was destroyed in 1792 by a fire that occurred with the church. Now, during that fire, a certain Henry Munro, who was in Lurgan at the time, he was a Lisburn man. He exerted himself heroically to save the nave of the church. As you can see there, it's safety warning to the public, constructions. In other words, you're not allowed in. Now, an account of his efforts to save the church are actually found in the Belfast newsletter, which states several times he exposed himself that the beholders turned their eyes away, expecting to see him topple from his giddy heights amongst the burning ruins. And though the bell fell hissing from the belfry, this brave man continued his efforts till the fire was removed and the church saved, or safe. So this is, of course, the same Henry Munro who would later on command the rebel forces of the United Army of Down at the Battle of Ballynahinch on the 12th and 13th of June 1798, and after which he was actually hanged in his hometown of Lisburn opposite his own front door on the 16th of June 1798. Beautiful church, isn't it? Windows are lovely, so they are. Beautiful. Now, after the fire, the church tower was raised by 20 feet, and a new spire was actually added. Now, this was completed in 1801, and in 1839 disaster struck again as the spire was blown down on the night of the big wind. Now, the spire was replaced, but in 1861, the church was taken down and rebuilt in the pointed Gothic style with a new freestone spire. And so that's what we see here today in the present church, as you can see. So this is the Gothic style. I've actually been in this church. I was singing at a mission here one time with a choir, gospel mission. Isn't that lovely? So the only part of the Georgian church left is the window at the right of the east end, which I don't know which is the east and which is the west, and part of the tower as well. And also, believe it or believe it not, but the iron railings around the church, they were part of the Georgian period as well. So they were. So part of the tower, maybe the ground level up to that concrete there, I'm not too sure. But certainly part of the tower was from the Georgian church. And also one of the windows, I don't know which window, maybe it's the big window they're talking about, which I will show you shortly, which probably is the one they're referring to. So there you go. But that's the connection here with Henry Munro, who was a leader of the United Irishmen. And he actually commanded the forces at Balnahinch on the 12th, 13th of June. (1798). There's an American flag there, you can see. There's all the windows there. Of course, the Brownlow's done a lot for Lurgan. And if I remember rightly, I think this is known as the largest Church of Ireland on the island of Ireland. I could be wrong about that, but I think I read that somewhere. You can correct me if I'm wrong. That's the police station. Lurgan Police Station there, which I think is still in use. Oh, there's the bells going. You probably can't hear them. I've got a microphone now, which is fantastic. It really cuts out a lot of the noise of the traffic and such. Thanks to GV for telling me about that. Big thumbs up. Certainly was a good buy. £59, but it was well worth it. So I assume the original window of the Georgian church that they're talking about, although I could be wrong, is this window here. The big window. But again, I could be wrong. So if you've never been in Lurgan, you've been in it now. And as I say, they're working at this church. So unfortunately we couldn't get into the grounds. No graves here. But there's the old graveyard, the Shankill graveyard in Lurgan. So I'm going to leave you with this wee sign here. You can pause the video, have a wee read of it. Bit of information here for you. You can, if your phone can do what mine does, I can pause it and make it bigger to read it. So you can do that at your leisure. So thanks for watching, and God bless.